Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Happy New Year, everyone. This is the first Astro Tarot reading of 2025. How are you feeling about the new year? How are you doing? Did you go through my videos at New Year? I had a series of 3 to help everybody get ready emotionally, spiritually, everything to come into this new energetic year. I know many of us have different ideas of what the new year is. Some say it's January 1st, some say it's April 1st, some say it's September 1st, some say, like in the witchy world, we have Samhain, which is the witch's new year, which is based on harvests and the farmers and everything else. So, we just call this the energetic new year, a good reset. And I think it actually works really well because we have, sort of the month of December where we kind of abuse ourselves a little bit. We'll eat too much, drink too much sugar, not enough sleep, a lot of stress. I know it's, on top of our regular daily lives, there's a lot of extra work on top of that. So, it's easy to feel really overwhelmed, and then kind of January 1st is really like an energetic reset. Where we're kind of going into a new phase. So I like it. I like it as an energetic new year. I'm not somebody who tends to be all, New Year's resolutions, everything else, but I did sit down and make a big business plan for myself. In case you weren't aware, this is a business. I am an internationally accredited professional tarot reader, highly trained. And I was actually taught by one of the top tarot readers and psychics in the world. So I do have a tarot business that is also in conjunction with my coaching business. And the reason I do it like that is because I never wanted a tarot client to know that they have to do some releasing or shadow work or forgiveness work or, next steps in terms of spirituality. I never wanted a client to leave their time with me wondering, well, how do I do these things that I just learned I need to do for my own betterment in my life? So I did all these trainings. I took a lot of courses, I took a lot of trainings and learned how to coach on a variety of topics and they were all topics that I chose based on the things that were coming up in the readings with my clients. So I knew we had a solid foundation of need, and I wanted to make sure that need was being filled easily for people who are sitting down for a tarot reading, looking for clarity, looking for wisdom, looking for insight into what's going on around them, but then maybe don't know how to actually solve the problem. So I wanted to then be able to provide the next step easily and smoothly, seamlessly. Like if you have a reading with me and then what comes out is that you really need to do some shadow work, then we can do that together. So we've already established our relationship, and now we can move on to the next part, which is helping you actually clear the thing that needs to be cleared. So anyway, that's a big, long explanation. But what I did over the holidays is I sat down and created a business plan essentially for the whole year. So made a skeleton, and then for January filled it all in with all kinds of offers that I have. So I have a ton of new offers just for January. So what I decided is I'm going to be doing a set of offers each month that you can only get in those months. So they're going to be very specific to the energy of those months. Of course, on top of that, you can book for any, Celtic cross reading, any other kind of reading, but there's going to be specific ones that are just for this month. And that email is going out to my email list tomorrow, Monday, January 6th, which is Epiphany, which is the day I'm taking down my Christmas tree. So, and if you do that too, let me know. Let me know in the comments if you wait for Epiphany to take everything down. I remember on Downton Abbey, Lady Mary saying, you'll soon learn how we do things here properly. So That's how I feel about that. So I always wait to the 6th. I have taken down some of my decorations, but my tree is still up and lit every single day. And then tomorrow at 6 o'clock, it will be turned off. So that's that. So to get on my mailing list, there's an email going out tomorrow. I will put the link in this description, in the description of this video. All you have to do is pop your name and email in, and then you will be sent the email that has all of my offers for the month. And I will be sending a weekly email out, just reminders for people with, you know, countdowns and deadlines and things like that for getting the monthly offers. But then, of course, all the other stuff is open all the time. So there we have it. I just wanted to talk a little bit about this deck. This is the Winnie the Pooh deck. So cute. It's so cute. And this is what I got with some of the tip jar money from December. As I got this. These are just the most adorable cards. I mean, look at that. Aww. The 10 of Pentacles. We've got, let's find another upright one. Oh, the Chariot. Look at how cute the Chariot is. That's so sweet. So these are gorgeous cards, and they are on Amazon. I will put the link in there. It is an affiliate link. If you do buy this through my link, I do get a couple of cents added to my account. This also came with 3 extra cards, which was really, really sweet. I had no idea. When I opened the deck, I'm like, what are these? And I realized they're just little extra cards. So we have Togetherness. Oh, so sweet. So sweet. Look at, they're giving you a little rescue there. And we have Pure Joy. Jumping for Joy. So sweet. And we have Bravery. Aww. There we go. Maybe that's our word for 2025. Bravery, being brave, being bold, doing the things that we're scared to do, which is part of my, you know, sort of what I've done in my business plan is for the year is, you know, in mapping everything out. I've never done that. I've always just kind of flown by the seat of my pants and gone where the wind has blown me. But this year I'm very strategic, very intentional about how I'm presenting everything. And of course, I will be getting my Patreon ready for you in the next couple of weeks. So you'll be able to join that too, basically for the cost of a cup of coffee. And there'll be all kinds of bonus content in there, readings, spreads. I'm going to put some spreads in there for all of our aspiring tarot readers. And I will be putting lots of extra bonus content that we don't have here. And so that will be well worth it. And just know that the tip jar, the money that goes into the Patreon, all that kind of stuff, that helps keep my channel going. So it helps me buy decks. It helps me buy tools like, you know, when we do investigation readings, we've got the buttons and the tokens and the buttons and, you know, extra special decks like this. I pay for that all out of Patreon, the tip jar, all that kind of stuff. So everything, all the money that goes into that does go into actually making the channel better and, you know, paying the internet bill, right? Keeping the lights on, right? So anyway, that is what is coming up. If you're excited about that, then please visit the description and I'll put the link. It'll be, you know, join my VIP list and the link will be there. And it's just a little landing page. You pop your name. And I'm actually going to pop a freebie in to the description as well. I'll think about that before I get this video posted. I just have to sit down and write the description and I will pop a freebie in there for you. All you have to do is click the link, pop your name and email in, and then you'll get the freebie. And just be aware that don't wait for an email with the freebie. One of my friends actually did. I sent her a message the other night. I said, hey, how did you enjoy? And it was the 2024 reflection journaling sheets that I saw that her name was there having grabbed it. And so I sent her a message. She lives around the corner from me. And I said, hey, how did you do with the journaling sheets? She said, well, I never got them. And I said, well, what do you mean you never got them? I said, you signed up for it. Like, why didn't you get it? And she said, well, I'm still waiting for an email with the PDF in it. And I said, well, no, it's not coming out when you signed up. So how it will work is that you click the link, you put your name and email in, and the next step is it will actually take you to the page where you download the PDF. So there's no waiting. It's an instant download. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. I'll pop a freebie. I can't remember what freebies I have on deck. And so that's another thing I'm going to be doing each month. I will be giving out something free. I made a list of, I don't know, I think 50 different freebies. And so I'll just, each month I'll pick the one that lights me up, and that's what I will be giving away. So that is long enough for me talking. Oh my gosh, I've gone 10 minutes, haven't pulled a card. But I just wanted to kind of give you all the information that you need for, you know, going forward together. I so appreciate you being here. Even just the people who watch, the people who leave comments, people who click like. I so appreciate all of it. And if you are thinking, oh, I would love to, you know, get a reading or work with you or go deeper in this, get on the mailing list, because that's where I'm going to be putting a lot more stuff. It's really hard to kind of sell that sort of stuff on YouTube without just making ads, which I feel like this was kind of turned into, but it's all good. It's all good. Okay, my Capricorn friends, I hope you are enjoying your birthday season and the new year and all the things that come with that. Let's see what's coming up for you this week. The Queen of Honey Pots. So sweet. This is the Queen of Cups. As we go into this new year, I feel like, you know, even though it's the 5th today, I think for a lot of people, the new year kind of starts tomorrow, because we're still on holidays. Like, I'm still on holiday mode. I keep having to check what day it is. So for this coming week, I would just say, just be patient as you ease back into your real life. Your emotions might be all over the place after the highs and lows of the holidays and everything that goes with that. If you had a perfectly wonderful holiday season, yay, I love that for you. And I'm so excited for you. Most of us have some ups and downs. It's a little chaotic roller coaster of emotions sometimes with the holidays and families and expectations and disappointments and all the things that go with it. You know, I know in my work through life, I have learned that a lot of people die at Christmas. And I actually had this conversation. I was at a funeral. I'm a minister. I led a funeral service the other day, and was talking to the assistants at the funeral home just while we were waiting for things to get going, or just chatting, as you do. We do with everywhere you go, you kind of build relationships with all the staff and the funeral directors and everything. And we were all saying, like, how busy it gets at Christmas time, that, you know, when I worked full time in funeral homes, I would put in more hours at Christmas time than any other time of the year. This is what I'm saying is, if this is you, if there's been a breakup, if there's been a loss, if there's been chaos, everything else, just be gentle with yourself. Just be patient with yourself as you ease back into the new year. You may not be feeling strong going into the new year. You may be feeling a little wobbly, like, oh gosh, another year of this, right? That I think people are feeling a lot of that right now, is, you know, like, is anything ever going to change? And yes, it is going to change. We just need to be patient with ourselves. And the more patient we are with ourselves, the more patient we can be with other people. And that energy will sort of trickle out to the people around you. So you'll probably find the more patient and calm you are with yourself, the more patient and calm everybody else is around you. The Justice card for our Aquarius friends. I just want to look up the timing of this one, because I always feel like this card, okay, so this is in the fall. So the timing of this card, I knew this one had timing, but I couldn't remember what it was. So this is for our Aquarius friends. This is a great reminder that you are on the right path. You've probably laid some groundwork over the holidays and kind of at the end of the year to sort of, you know, get right into the new year. So you are on the right path. There is something that you may find out. There may be the truth about something will come out. The truth about a relationship, a proposal, whether it's a business proposal or some other kind of proposal, a partnership, business or romantic or friendship. There's something that's going to come to the surface this week, and you're going to perhaps see things in a different light, because the truth will be coming out. The truth of the situation, but within that, you're also going to learn some truths about yourself, because sometimes we don't know who we are until we're being challenged. And this will be a little bit of a challenge where you're kind of like, huh, yeah, I didn't see that one coming. and you will learn a lot about yourself as you navigate that and your responses and reactions to it. So just keep an eye out for that one. And that's for our Aquarius friends. For our Pisces friends, we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. In reverse. The Knight of Swords in reverse. I'm just looking up timings because I want to see if there's anything actually, bam, this week that's going to really take somebody out at the knees. And I'm not looking forward to that. But I'm just like, I want you to know if that's what's coming. So our Knight of Swords in reverse. Get your I was like, get your shiz together. That's really the message that's coming out, is get your shiz together. I feel like you've kind of, not done a lot through the holidays necessarily in terms of getting your life together because you're busy enjoying everything, which is wonderful. But it's time to get serious, and it's time to it's time to get on with it, number one. But it's time to kind of get out of your own way and get control of everything. You know what? The message is coming in very, very strong, is you need to do a brain dump. All this nonsense going on in your head, everything that's rolling around, all the ideas, all the thoughts, all the things that you're feeling, blah, 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 blah. Write it down. Do a brain dump. Journal it out. Whatever it is. Take pen to paper and get it all out, and then you'll be able to organize your thoughts and organize your mind, and then get on with whatever it is. Because sometimes what happens is we have so much stuff going on in our heads, and it's really overwhelming, and then we do nothing. We've got like analysis paralysis. If that's you, do a brain dump and get it all out so that you can, number one, get everything under control, and number two, get focused on what it is that you want to do moving forward, or else you're just going to have another crazy year of throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? So it's time to get intentional. It's time to get focused. And it's time to, when things are feeling like you're out of your depth, it's probably because you just haven't sort of structured something that feels manageable. So start at the end. And the end is usually how we want to feel, and then work your way backwards. So this is basically desire mapping, and it's sort of like, I want to feel rich and loved and fantastic and famous and successful. Okay, well, how are you going to do that? Work your way backwards, and start with the end in mind, and then see what steps you actually have to take to get there. I did that, which is what sort of prompted me to sit down and write a business plan for the year, because I thought, well, what do I want to be feeling in December 2025? I want to feel amazing. I want to feel like I crushed YouTube. My business is booming. I'm in demand. All my dreams are coming true. So that's how I wanted to feel. And I was like, okay, well, how am I going to do that? And then I sat down and wrote a business plan and mapped it out step by step. And then, of course, things will get filled in. But that's just a great example of a brain dump to just get it out and organize it. Okay, so that's my advice for you. Get a notebook, a notepad, a good pen, and start just writing it all out and get it out of your head and actually start doing something with it. Our Aries friends, the Chariot. Great news, Aries friends. You're on the right path. You're doing great. You're doing great. You're going into this year, like really, you're making so much progress. You're making so much advancement. You're in the right direction. And this is quick, very, very quick energy for you. Which is exactly what Aries likes. we like instant results, or at least the sign of something instant. Like, I'm an Aries, I get it. I don't necessarily need to achieve the huge thing on the first day, but I like to see the needle move. I like to see the progress. I want instant response, instant progress, instant something. To keep me going and keep me motivated. In human design, I'm also a generator. So that kind of thing, like I'm Tinkerbell, right? I'll die without applause. So just keep an eye out for the little wins along the way on the journey to the big thing that you're working on achieving. This is also a great reminder to not have blinders on. If you think of like the Roman chariots, there was like tracks, and the wheels would be in the track. So they couldn't go anywhere else except in the track, or they'd fall over, right? So the great lesson and the great reminder for anybody who is in the chariot energy is to make sure that you're not so committed to the track, to the path, to like what you have set out, that you actually miss opportunities for something even better. Because sometimes we're not meant to get to the final thing that we believe is the final thing. Sometimes the journey is way more important. And we never get to that end goal because we learned so much that bigger and better opportunities opened up for us, and that goal kind of fell away. You know, so if you're thinking, okay, I want to have 1,000 YouTube followers by the end of 2025. That's a great goal. That's a really easily attainable goal, by the way. You could easily do that. But what if in the process of making YouTube videos, learning everything about YouTube, you do all of that, what if a huge opportunity comes along to make hundreds of thousands of dollars doing that for a bajillionaire who has, you know, their own, you know, $50 million coaching business, but they need somebody to do that for them, and they're willing to pay you a ton of money, more money than you would make if you got 1,000 followers. Do you see what I'm saying? So don't take your eyes off the prize, but at the same time, always be looking around for more opportunities, people to help get you there, and something bigger and better than what you initially thought you wanted for yourself. And, you know, we do that all the time in our, you know, in our gratitude mantras and things like that, where we say, you know, this or something better. You know, when I put it out to the universe, I want 1,000 followers. That's what I want, or something better. Now, don't look away from the something better since you asked for it. That's the point of this card. That's the message for you, my Aries friends, me being one. I think that was a great message for me. Our Taurus friends, the King of Wands. This is this message for you. It's interesting what's coming through this week for quite a few of us is get it together, get it together. This is the week for you to, this week is going to set your year up for you. So whatever it is that you do this week, that will kind of set up the year. If you start going to the gym, you know, keep that going, keep the momentum going. If you're going to start journaling, if you're going to start socializing more, like whatever it is, this is the week for laying the groundwork for that. And this is really the ultimate meaning of this card is mastering your actions. So you be in control of what your year is going to look like, starting with this week. You be in control of how you move, how you live, your spirit, all of it. This is about you and nobody else. No one's going to make the decisions for you. Nobody's going to take the first step for you. Nobody's going to hold your hand. Okay? So this is about you getting it together and moving forward in that energy of mastering yourself. And because I get it, it's so easy, you know, squirrel brains, right? Like shiny objects, all of that. But the big message for you is choose what you want your year to look like and lay the groundwork this week. There we go. And that was for our Taurus friends. And our Gemini friends, the sun in reverse. Ooh, I don't think I've ever pulled the sun in reverse on this channel. That's kind of wild. That's actually kind of wild. Isn't this deck adorable? So the sun in reverse is, it's a lot, actually. Sorry, a lot of stuff just came in, which is why I'm like, oh. The sun in reverse is letting me know that there is some healing work to be done. There's somebody watching right now who has just gone through year after year after year of all the shiz and feeling the way they do. And the reason they keep going through it is because they just don't know how to break out of it. You ever tell, you know, the people who, they just kind of tell the same story over and over. They're on a loop. They're on this loop. Somebody's stuck in something. They're stuck in an emotion. They're stuck in a moment or a situation or a person. They're still so energetically connected that they're just literally destroying their lives, just going on this loop over and over and over. And we need to break that loop. We need to snap somebody out of that. If that's you, let me know. Please get in touch. We can chat about how we can work on that with you to help you have the best year of your life. And that a year from now, you're going into the new year feeling really good. But there's definitely some healing work that needs to be done. There's definitely somebody's really feeling negative about their life. There's somebody who's really there's a really like the word distress just keeps coming. I feel like there's somebody watching right now that this is it for them. Like they feel like this is, they just, it's really boiling down to the how, that people don't know how to snap out of their cycles and maybe not realize that what it is a cycle, that they're on a loop. So if you find yourself talking about the same breakup or the same death or the same situation constantly, like months and years later, you're on a loop, you're in a cycle, and that's literally dominating your whole life. And we need to break you out of that. We can do that. We got cord cuttings, we got forgiveness work, and forgiveness is never, ever, ever telling the other person what they did is okay. It's about energetically disconnecting you. I need to find a better word than forgiveness, because people hate that word and people yell at me about it. And I'm like, well, like, your life sucks. So, you know, what harm could this do? But definitely, you know, if this is something that you're feeling, get in touch and we can talk about a plan for you. Because I really feel there's somebody right now who is not feeling good going into the new year, and what they're really feeling is like another year of this sadness and loneliness and heartache. And what just came in, my guides were like spinning your wheels, like you're just, and you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. So let's change that. Okay, let's change that. Lots of stuff coming up in my world for everybody, if that's how you're feeling about anything. So that's for my Gemini friends. I just feel that there's just a sadness, but there is somebody, it's coming in really strong, that there's somebody watching right now who it's so much more than that. And they actually need some support, but they're just not sure how to get it or how to ask for it. Just reach out. Just reach out. And if I can't help you, I'm definitely going to, point you in the direction of someone who can. Right? So don't feel like I'm going to put any pressure or anything like that. I want you to feel and know that you can reach out and talk, and we'll sort of point you in the right direction, if that makes sense. So now, our Cancer friends, we have strength in reverse. Strength in reverse. Oh, my Cancers. My husband's a Cancer. So I get it. That's a lot of emotions with Cancers. All the Cancers I've ever known in my life tend to cry a lot. And it's sort of funny because I'm not like I'm not a mushy person. You know, if I love you, you know. But I'm not a mushy person. I even said that to my coach the other day, where she's like, oh my God, she was like gushing over all of us, and we were all on our sort of last group call, and she's just gushing because she's a very mushy person, and so my comment on the whole thing was, I'm not a mushy person, but I love you too. I love you so much. And she's like, I totally get it. And I love you from me is a big deal. So just because I'm not a big mushy person. My husband, on the other hand, oh, it's like kicking a puppy sometimes. It's definitely like kicking a puppy. But I feel like our Cancer friends are going into this week maybe not feeling as confident, maybe not feeling as secure. There may be some self-doubt. There may be some feelings of low self-esteem. Maybe we ate our feelings over the holidays and we're not really feeling good about ourselves. But listen, you can change that anytime. You can change any of it. But what I would say is just go gentle on yourself, sweet Cancer friends. Cry it out if you need to. Journal it out. Just feel your feelings, because you actually won't, those feelings won't go away if you don't feel them. It's a great saying that we used to always use in the funeral industry, which is you have to feel the pain to heal the pain. And if you don't feel it and you just kind of what we call spiritual bypass, which is right up there in the realm of toxic spirituality, if you just pretend it's not happening and you just will your way through it, and you just, dig deep and use your strength and your willpower to pretend everything is just fine, it just makes it worse. It doesn't go away, but it will erupt at some point somewhere, and always at the most inconvenient times. So just go gentle with yourself, feel the feelings, process them, feel them, let them flow through you, do all the crying you need to do, and just like release it, let it go. Don't store it in your body, okay? Don't fight it. Even I just, at that funeral I did the other day, one of the grandchildren, and this woman obviously was the most wonderful woman who died. Everybody was sobbing and crying. Grandchildren, great-grandchildren, they were all like, not just, a little tear, but like really good crying. I was so proud of everybody for the amount of crying they did during the service, like sobbing, like I could hear them like, right? One of the grandchildren, right before we started, and the grandchildren all had a role sort of at the start of the service, which I had arranged with them and sort of made it a really special moment for them. But one of the grandchildren, who looks like she's in her 20s, maybe 30, was really struggling. Like she was crying and crying, but she was trying to fight it. And I said to her, don't fight it. Let it out. You'll feel so much better if you just let it out. You don't need to fight it. You don't need to not cry today. This is the day. This is where we can just purge all of our emotions. And she looked at me and she's like, thank you. And then she just went back to crying and got it out. And then she got through everything just fine. She was still crying, but she managed to do it without collapsing and breaking down, really breaking down. So I was very proud of everybody. But this is what I'm saying is don't fight it. Don't fight the emotions, whatever it is that you're feeling. My guides just came in and said somebody had a really bad Christmas. And they're processing these emotions and now carrying that weight of sadness and loneliness and everything else into the new year. And it's going to set the tone for the new year. So let's not do that. Let's make sure that we're processing these emotions and getting them all out, whether it's through journaling, crying, go punch a punching bag at the gym, or, whatever it is, get some support either through me or a coach or a therapist or something like that, and get all of that out, and then create your plan for the new year. It's okay to grieve your way through this week if that's what you're experiencing. It's okay. But whatever emotions we had over the holidays and everything, you need to process them. And that's a great message for everybody. Don't feel like that's just for our Cancer friends. Our Leo friends, the 10 of Cups in reverse. How y'all doing? How are you all doing? Oh my goodness. The 10 of Cups in reverse really feels for our Leo friends. Things are changing in your life and you're not necessarily loving that. But this is just cycles of life. 10s are completion. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot coming in here. You're feeling like there's some bad luck around you. You're feeling like you're struggling. You're feeling like there's some like disruption in your life, but I want you to reframe that. I want you to reframe that as this is a turning point in your life. This is the moment you are going to take control and you are going to be the fuel for your own life. And don't worry about external forces. Don't worry about what anybody else is doing or saying or yip-yapping in your ear. Who cares? Who cares? Everybody's rule for life should be, if you don't pay my bills, why would I be listening to you? I'm going to take that one step forward. If you don't pay my bills and you also don't have the kind of life I desire, why am I listening to you? Right? So don't let people who want to drag you down like crabs in a bucket, don't let people like that sway you and influence you as you're trying to set the tone for your year. So there we go. Toughen up. And who, you know, if people are trying to drag you down, they're not your people. That's for sure. They are not your people. Be around people who are cheering for you and lifting you up and would say your name in a room full of opportunities and are, you know, actively looking at you and cheering for what you're doing and supporting that. And if there are people who are really like doing that, and you know, you can feel the difference when it's coming from someone who wants to see you fail versus coming from someone who wants to see you succeed. Put that in two categories and recognize them. And the people who want to see you succeed, put your energy there. Put your energy into those people. They might not be able to do much for you besides cheer for you, but that's a really good start, isn't it? So just be aware of that. And that was for our Leo friends. Our Virgo friends, we have the Two of Swords. You've got some decisions to make. There's a big decision that you're not making, and you got to get out of your own way. Flip a coin. Flip a coin. Going back and forth in your head, thinking it through, lying awake at night, weighing your decisions. But it's not helping you. It's not helping you at all. And you've just got to make the decision. What I always say to my clients when we get this card is, you know, if you're really, really, really not sure, just choose one of the things and live as though that's the decision you've made, and see how that feels, and try that for a few days. And if it really doesn't feel great, then try the other decision and see how that feels. And I did that with my YouTube channel. I was like trying to figure out what to do next in my business. And as soon as I was fighting for my life on Instagram and hating every minute of it. And then I decided to do a YouTube channel, and I could literally feel my central nervous system go, finally, she made the right decision, right? So there we have that. Once you make the decision, you are going to feel so free. You are going to have so much clarity, and then everything else will start to fall into place for you. Because you'll be releasing all of the indecision, and now we can bring in good stuff. And we definitely don't want to fall into the trap of information overload, because then we're back to analysis paralysis, right? So definitely, just take the blindfolds off. Make a decision, flip a coin, live as though, all the things. But once you make that decision, everything's going to open up for you. And it's going to be so much easier, because it's sort of like that thing in Raiders of the Lost Ark, whatever those movies are, those Harrison Ford movies, where he has to take the first step, but he's taking the first step into the abyss, essentially. And he takes the first step, and the step appears. And the bridge builds across. So once you commit to taking the first step, and then you make that inspired action, and you've sent the message out to the universe of what you want and what your desires are and where you're going, then the universe will start opening the path for you. The universe loves solid decisions, and we don't have to always stick with our decisions, by the way. You may be like, this isn't going the direction I thought it would, but I learned a lot, and I'm going to apply it in another direction. So just, make the decision, take some inspired action, and the universe will do its thing and start opening things for you. And that could just simply be a matter of, I really want to work in a hair salon. I want to learn how to cut hair, but I have no experience. I really don't know how to do this. And I just wish I knew how to get a job in a salon, just sweeping the floor or something. And you're sitting in a cafe, and you're eavesdropping on the conversation next to you at the next table, and it's two hairstylists talking about, oh my God, it's the busiest time of year, and our floor sweeper and coffee maker has just quit. What am I going to do? Right? That's what I'm talking about. Like, sometimes the universe will just put someone in your path that will say something, and then you realize, oh my gosh, here it is. Here's my big moment. Here's my chance. So keep an eye out for those things once you've made that decision and taken some inspired action. Okay. That was for our Virgo friends. Our Libra friends, the King of Chocolate Pentacles. Oh, Libras! It's time to get your money situation under control. This is about getting your house in order. This is about your abundance. This is about your material world. Clean up your house. organize your house, purge your house, do all of that. Okay. This is our physical life. Okay. When you clean out your house and you purge and you organize and declutter and everything, then lots of energy starts flowing and more good stuff comes in, better stuff comes in. So that's a really great way to start the year. That will set you up for the rest of the year. By the way, I've got that's my plan for 2025 is to literally gut every corner of my house, every inch, and declutter and purge stuff that we don't use anymore. And just sort of, I would like to kind of be down at least 25% of our stuff, given away, sold, whatever. So but don't think you have to do it this week, but you can start this week. You can definitely start this week. And this is also getting your finances in order. This is time to sit down and, make your charts, make your printables, whatever it is for saving money, for, you can do that 100 envelope challenge, something like that. And you don't have to buy the expensive kits for doing that. Just go to the dollar store, buy a pack of envelopes, I don't know how many envelopes come in a box, as many as you need for 100, write numbers on them, put them in a box from the dollar store, boom, you're done. There's your 100 envelope challenge. And if you don't know what that is, just let me know in the comments and I'll explain it. But basically you save over $5,000 in the course of a year. Start now, and you'll be good to go. Get your house in order, get your money in order, get your finance, your abundance, everything in order, and also get your physical body in order. It's time to take a walk. It's time to put down the box of chocolates, and it's time to go for a walk. And I'm not saying don't return to that box of chocolates, but we want to make sure that our physical bodies are matching our dreams and desires for 2025. And our Scorpio friends, what do we have here? Oh, we have the Six of Pentacles. The card's upside down in reverse. The Six of Pentacles, aren't these cards just so cute and adorable? I hope that's focused. I can't see from the angle I'm sitting at. So this is for our Scorpio friends. Six of Pentacles. Our six is always going to be about perseverance. Just keep going. What you're doing is working, slowly catch the monkey and all that stuff. Just keep going. This is one of those just keep swimming cards. But we want to make sure that we're not hoarding, that we're not doing shifty, shady things to get that. Don't fall for the scams. Don't be the person scamming people. There's something coming in here that somebody's feeling that they're a little too financially dependent, and they want to kind of snap out of that. Start making your plans for how you're going to do that. Start figuring out, but again, don't fall for the scams. Do your due diligence, make sure everything is on the level and above board and everything else. A really great message here is money is energy, and money needs to flow. It needs to be moving. So whenever I have a client who's struggling to increase their income and increase their savings and build their wealth and everything, I always say save and everything, invest, grow, whatever, but you also have to put money out, because money's not meant to be stored somewhere not doing anything. Money likes a job. Money really likes something to do, which is why when we're asking for money from the universe, we don't just say something like, I wish I had more money, because you'll be walking down the street, you'll find a nickel, yay, more money, right? Then the universe is, dusting his hands to him. Great job. We did it. Woohoo. Right? But what you want to say is, I wish I had. So there's a program that I want to get into. And this is a good example. It's about $4,000. So my mind is on that. And I'm sort of thinking ahead to that. At some point, I will be able to get into that program, which is a year-long program. And so what I would ask the universe for is say, I would like at least $4,000 so I can get into XYZ program. So now the universe is like, oh, well, this is fun. We've got a purpose for the money. Let's get that done. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how you ask. The money likes a job to do. And if you don't give it a job to do, it gets bored and goes away. So, which is why a lot of people who, don't spend any money, also don't grow their savings, because it's energetically, it's not working. So this is a great reminder, maybe give a little to charity, maybe go treat yourself to something that sparks some joy and makes you feel abundant and rich. When I was in my 20s and single and broke, I used to wear my nicest outfit and go sit in the posh hotels in downtown Toronto. And I would spend, my last $6 on a glass of champagne or Prosecco or something. And I felt like $1,000,000. And I sat there and I absorbed all the energy of wealth and power and money and abundance and all of it. And that's how I achieved everything I achieved. I was in the energy of it. So there you go. There's your message there. And of course, I want to achieve more, because I have one foot in gratitude and one foot in desire. And that's a beautiful place to be, the duality of life. So there's our message for our Scorpio friends. And finally, we're going to, oh yeah, it was upside down, wasn't it? We're going to finish with the Four of Wands in reverse for our Sagittarius friends. And this is, I feel like our Sagittarius friends are not as chipper and happy and effervescent and bubbly as they usually are. I feel like there's an instability or an uprooting coming through. There's somebody's maybe feeling like they have to move or leave or end something. This, I'm not a big fan of the whole concept of twin flames, because I don't believe that it's a happy thing, like your soulmate, you should be happy when you're with them, but your twin flame, literally, they're sent to you to destroy you and break you open. And that usually it's the twin flame relationship chaos and drama and ending and everything else that sparks the spiritual awakening, the dark night of the soul, the spiritual awakening, all of that. So that person is really there, but this is a twin flame card, and I feel like there's somebody watching right now is seeing the truth of the person they believed was their twin flame, because they bought into that twin flame concept of, this is my other half, my belly button soulmate and all that kind of stuff, and they're seeing the truth of it, and it's very destabilizing. And there may be the realization that you have to get out of this because it's not healthy for you, but at the same time, not really knowing how and not really knowing what to do next, because all this truth is kind of coming to the surface. But it's sort of like when you see a star, like, implodes and burns itself up in space. That's like kind of the same thing. And I feel like there's somebody is questioning everything about themselves. Like, how did they fall for this? How did they not see what it was? Somebody's realizing that the person they believed was their soulmate is their twin flame, and the narcissism is all becoming very clear, and it's really hard to break out of, and because there's a trauma bond there. So if that is you and you would like some help, some guidance in that direction, let me know. There are people who specialize in helping their clients get out of narcissist relationships and this sort of thing, and get you back on your feet and feeling good again, really understanding yourself and how you got there. If that is you, like, please don't suffer alone. Don't, because our Sagittarius friends, you're like our bubbly, magnetic, exciting friends, and I feel like you're just really having a hard time as some stuff is really coming out in your life and coming to the surface. So, and this is just this week, everybody. This isn't forever. This is just this week. There's, the energy could completely change next week when we do this reading again. So keep that in mind, Sagittarius friends. Don't suffer alone. Reach out, talk to me. We'll get you pointed in the right direction. And for everybody here, the same thing applies. Feel free to talk to me. Obviously, I like talking. Minister is a great profession for chatterboxes, and just go easy on yourselves this week. Just lean into it. Just lean in and take it easy as we kind of restart life for realsies again. Thank you for joining me today. I so appreciate it. I appreciate every single person who watches, who comments, who likes, everything, all of it. I love you so much. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. If you're an old friend, thanks for sticking around. I hope you have the most magical day.